So, first of all, let's be real. The LGBT plus community is an internet lie. But I'll come back to this later.
What does the frog say?
No. So, if you haven't got the news yet, Keira Knightley, who's voicing a character in the new Harry Potter audiobooks, is in a tad bit of a kerfuffle at the moment. As you may have already guessed, it's about J.K. views on trans people. As Keira Knightley was asked if she was aware of the current boycott on J.K. Rowling work, she said,
I was not aware of that, no. I'm very sorry. You know, I think we're all living in a period of time right now where we're all going to have to figure out how to live together, aren't we? And we've all got very different opinions. So I hope that we can all find respect.
Now, let's take a quick step back. We've all felt the change since Trump got elected. As always, America changes the West and the West changes the world. And I'm quite happy about this, to be honest. Now, don't get me wrong. Even though I disagree with hardcore feminism on most points, I think it brought some good things too. For example, 50 years ago, women could get SA'd or beaten, and the police would not even let them file a lawsuit. And I'm glad this changed, obviously, like everybody else. Or the fact that harassment in the workplace is taken more seriously nowadays. Everybody like that. Like, that's not a real problem with nowadays feminism. But there's a lot of shit that I'm glad we're slowly leaving behind. Like the unhinged hysteria. The dictated point of view of an extremely small minority through social media and mainstream medias is finally starting to be torn apart by a common sense that, to be frank, never truly disappeared. So, I started the video saying that the LGBT plus community is an internet lie. Why did I say that? Well, what I meant by that is that it's not a community, and it has never been one. At least, not as they currently portray it. For example, gays and lesbians never hang out together. Like, it's not a thing in the real world. If you personally know gays or lesbians, and I do, you know they don't have anything in common. They don't go to the same places, as they have their own bars, and they don't interact amongst each other the same way. They don't even like the same people. Obviously, what they call the LGBT plus community is actually a very small subset of LGBT people who are hardcore leftists and social activists. But most of the LGBT people, and not community, people are just living their lives. And nowadays, most of them don't even want to have anything to do with the social hysteria that is, unfortunately, perpetrated on their name. You may have had colleagues who were LGBT, and you may have never been aware of it. Not because they were hiding it, but because their life is simply not about that. They actually have hobbies and a very regular life. And as you probably instinctively know it, the activist part of the community is being very detrimental to the rest of it. As in real life, forcing people to change their thoughts never truly works when it's done the hard way. People act like water, in a sense. If you simply enter a body of water, it offers no resistance. But if you jump from a plane inside a body of water, the same water will act like concrete. And same goes for the human mind. I wish they knew, but at some point, they will have to stop acting like ultra-tards, and they will have to stop pretending being allies with people who don't like them. You know who are the biggest allies of the LGBT community? I mean, in real life, cis, white people. Just look at the world. Look at the laws in the whole world. Where are LGBT people the safest? Well, where you find the most cis white people. In the West. That's a fact. And mechanically, their lies cannot hold over time. They will have to stop pretending otherwise. White people are the biggest allies. I hope this so-called community will soon touch grass and realize it. Anyway, let's come back to Keira Knightley. The moral shift has already been acted in our societies. We are already beyond the time People had to pretend Sydney Sweeney doesn't have great genes. We are slowly coming back to normal. As a guy who grew up in the 90s, I couldn't be happier than that. I wanted to show you a couple of tweets or blue sky BS to show you the reaction of the hard left on the matter. But in the end, who cares? It doesn't even matter anymore. People see online keyboard warriors for what they truly are, nothing but dancing shadows in Plato's cavern. Keira Knightley didn't insult anyone with her answer. She just stated the obvious. Hey, we may disagree with each other, but we share the same space, so buckle up. This is democracy. And you guys are factually not holding the wheel anymore.